The Nintendo GameCube was one of Nintendo's worst consoles ever made. Not in like worst, like it's so bad, like in worst as it sailed horribly. But yeah, the GameCube was one of the best Nintendo consoles. From from besides the sales, it had almost every known Nintendo IP on it, and it even included M-rated games, a new thing for Nintendo. This was a pretty spectacular time for Nintendo, business things aside, because of how good all these games were. All the way from Luigi's Mansion to Smash Bros. To a new Mario game that changed the formula a bit, to a horror M-rated game around Lovecraft, to golf, many Mario sports, and Wario even got his own 3D platform, and a Mario Kart game with two characters in one cart. So let's get into it. First thing is the story of the history of the GameCube, and the second thing is my story with the GameCube, and the third thing is the games. Maybe a bit of the accessories too. The GameCube was first announced around 1999 during an E3 conference and in a couple magazines, where it was codenamed Dolphin. Basically, many games also reference this later on, specifically Super Mario Sunshine. The Dolphin was supposedly its code name for almost 3 years until they changed it to GameCube. It was also codenamed earlier as StarCube before, but it only kept it around for a bit. Dolphin was specifically known due to the code chip called Dolphin. And the code name, obviously. Yeah, anyways, around November 18th of 2001, the GameCube released, in which its launch title would be Luigi's Mansion, and a week later it would become Super Smash Bros. Melee, an all-time love fight. Now the GameCube controller, let me use this one. The GameCube controller, it may look a bit odd to you, mostly because the cord is right in the middle. I twirled it up. It's not. It's actually really fine for its detail. When you hold it, it is so comfortable. I think it's the best controller out there. No wonder Nintendo keeps on making these for Smash. You got this A and B button and the Y and X button up here, all looking a bit weird, but it's actually really good. And also, instead of the C stick being a couple buttons like for the 64, it's actually a rotating C stick, C analog. And then they added this weird thing where they had the analog and the D-pad, but the D-pad is kind of helpful, specifically when you're playing Game Boy Advance games. And you also have this L and R button, but weirdly this time you could slightly hold it, and it would, like in Super Mario Sunshine, it would spray water when you can move around. When you push it down, it would make a click sound. You guys probably can't hear it, but yeah. And what you could spray tons of water, but unfortunately you're in a standstill aiming area. I really like this. It's really nice for a GameCube. And I don't know. And then mine is a GameStop third-party controller. Not really. It's kind of the first party, just with an extra button, turbo button, just for a little bit of cheats. I don't know if this is actually on an original GameCube controller. If it is, just tell me in the comments. And then we have the start button right here. You pause, start, whatever. And this one has a rumble pack. All the GameCube controllers had a rumble pack with a cord. Otherwise, we'll talk about that other one in a minute. Well, that minute's right now. Then there was the second controller called the Wavebird, in which you could play up to like 15 meters apart from the console, and then it would have this really cool thing. It's because it's wireless. You could basically play from your bed. The thing is, it doesn't have it doesn't have a rumble pack. And the rumble pack is one of the best things on here. So you're going to miss out on an opportunity when you have it. But yeah. Now, the GameCube itself. I'm using a Wii because I don't own a GameCube, obviously. But yeah. The GameCube had a 4-port stick and 2 slots, specifically for the Game Boy. Mostly for the GameCube, the GameCube memory card. Yes, memory card was still a thing for this console, but hey, this was the last one. Now, the thing is that you'll have to buy a lot of these. Specifically, you're gonna have to buy if I would recommend getting these, at least get the highest one, specifically the 1016 blocks one. Those are like only $15 on eBay. I just got this one. It's 60 blocks on it, and it was just came from my Super Smash Bros. Thing. But yeah, you could place it in here, and you could basically save until it's run out of storage, and then you're gonna have to buy a new one and put it in slot B. Make sure to buy the 2016 one, because that's the plan one. That's the next one I'm planning to get if I ever run out of storage. So I can get more games without buying another GameCube card. Of course, the ports, you just stick it in there, duh, like every known person. Okay. Or you have the Wavebird, you have this big block, and then you just place it in here. Now, although I have a Wii, I'll talk about it anyways. The Game Boy Advance player, the Game Boy player, where you plug it, where you put it on your console, and I think you need like a specific cord or something to place in here, in which you are able to play Game Boy games, which is really cool, honestly. That was one of the best things on here. Before the Wii, the GameCube had Game Boy backwards compatibility, and then the Wii had GameCube compatibility. And although the Wii doesn't have Game Boy playback compatibility, it has a virtual console thing. You can play 64 games on it. Okay, we're getting too much into the Wii. Let's get back to GameCube. So yeah, it was really nice. You also had this weird keyboard controller for I forgot, it was like an online game, Fantasy Star most likely. I'm probably wrong, but hey. So yeah. Also, the thing is, the GameCube also had a handle, so basically, if you want to bring it to a friend's house or like to an event, basically you can hold on to the handle and then just carry it there. And it was called a GameCube because it was a cube. That was the best part. The thing is, what really kind of brought it down was, although it did have disc, it's about the size of a pocket. Basically, it can only hold half of what an original disc can have. 1.5 GB or MB. I completely forgot. I didn't do a lot of research on this video. But yeah. And what other thing? Oh yeah, and It would also not have DVD playability. By the way, it is fact. It is fact. I know I'm getting off topic, but it is fact that the PS2 only sold well because of the DVD. That's why the GameCube didn't sold well because they didn't have a DVD. And yes, they did sell that Panasonic Q, and yes, it did poorly, as because it was released in Japan half the time, and next to none, made it to America. So basically, they shut it down like a year later. So, and plus, it was a bit too complicated. So yeah. Now, around 2004, that's when it's mostly peaked. 2003 to 2004, that's when it peaked to a lot. Mostly because Resident Evil 4 was specifically going to that console. Although it did move to PS2 and Xbox 10 months later. It did. Sorry. Anyways, specifically the GameCube. The GameCube peaked around the time. 2003 was specifically where the lots of the Mario sports came and went, and there was a lot of there was a couple Star Fox games that released during that time, and then there was Pikmin 2 and Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door came out. Those were big stuff, and of course Resident Evil 4. I haven't drank anything. So, and then it's kind of started dying down around 2005, including that they announced a new console, aka the Revolution, which would later be called the Wii, and which it would have GameCube compatibility. So if you always wanted to get a GameCube game, but don't own the GameCube, remember your Wii is playback for GameCube. Another thing is that ow. Another thing is that the GameCube kind of actually boosted up a bit. GameCube games kind of boosted up a bit because of this. The last chart, not when you look at a chart from like 2004, not a lot of games were in the millions. But when you look at the chart from 2007, there was a lot of the games went up to 1 million because it was GameCube backwards compatibility. And then around 2006, it would be the last year for it, in which it would later on die out, with the last game releasing called Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess, which would also become a launch title for the Nintendo Wii. Now let's go to my story. I never owned a GameCube yet. I was born in 2004, a couple weeks after Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door came out, specifically October 31st of 2004. But I never grew up with it. I grew up with a DS, then I got a Wii, but I never knew it was GameCube compatibility because I was only playing Wii games at the time. Then I got a 3DS, a Wii U, and then I finally got a Wii again. And then that's when I found out about, oh man, this thing's a GameCube thingy. And I got this around like 2015. So no, it was December of 2015. Yeah, I would have gotten 3 games for the Nintendo GameCube / Wii backwards compatibility. I'll just call it GameCube because that's the video. I got 3 GameCube games. Mario Kart Double Dash with which includes the bonus disc. You see, it's not really that easy, right? Yeah. And then I got Mario Golf Toadstool Tour. Let's see if that's easy to see. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to push myself out. And then Super Smash Bros. Melee. Yeah, bestseller. I almost sold these two at a garage, at our garage yard, at a yard sale one time when we were setting up a yard sale. Luckily, nobody bought these. It's also weird, but during the GameCube time, there was no E10 and up until the 7th gen consoles would release. So if it was E10 and up, it would just be considered teens. That was funny. I was like, what teens on a Smash Bros. Game? I'm not allowed. So yeah, I got lots of these. I wasn't a big Smash Bros. Fan, so that was the reason why. I later on realized how great this game is. Very good, but we'll talk about how good the game is when we get to the games. So yeah, these games were good. And then I got the two GameStop controllers. This is the only one that actually... No, not this one. This one's the only one that actually works. Okay, this one actually kind of works, but the C button is out of place, and sometimes the L and R button won't respond quickly. And also the HD rumble won't work. Specifically, I raged. I raged real hard. So that was the reason what happened. It's still okay to play, it's just you're not gonna... Just the C stick won't work, and everything else works besides the C stick, and the L and R can get unresponsive at times, and of course there's no HD. Yes, I was a rager, whatever. It's over. I know I'd calm myself down. Uh, Later around Christmas of 2016. Go ahead. What? Just do whatever. Just do quickly whatever you want. Get your ice, whatever, sister. See ya. Huh. Okay, this kind of got off topic for a couple minutes, but around January 2017, my dad up in northern Florida got me 3 games. Like I said earlier, Bowser's Inside Story, Super Mario Sunshine. Let's get that close up. And then, hold on, please tell me. Super Mario Sunshine and Super Paper Mario. Yeah, Super Mario Sunshine. Ugh. Now this game, it's good. Ah, jeez, this thing's going downhill. So let's try to get back. Yeah, January 2017. I got this for my dad, and I really liked it. Of course, we'll talk about that later. So, and then around of October of 2017, for my birthday, we went to this store near Southern Florida, and it was called the Video Game Hall of Fame, in which it had lots of old video games, but they were so expensive, and I only had $15, so I was only able to get this game. I haven't touched it. In fact, I kind of deleted it from my data. I'm not a big fan of Sonic. I only got it because it was Christmas and it was the only thing. So yeah, I'm not gonna sell it because that's a GameCube collection. But I plan to do playthrough of this of the 7 Sonic hits. So, I won't run out of content. So yeah. And then around March of 2018, I got Luigi's Mansion. Ah, geez, we're gonna have to talk about this one later. Oh my god, I can't wait. And then around June, I got Wario World. It's a kind of a weird Wario game. It's not like the WarioWare games. It's specifically focusing on the Wario Land games, except it's 3D. It's Wario's first 3D game. It's kind of normal at the beginning, and then it gets really weird. So yeah. And then hold on. And then for July, I then got Simpsons Hit and Run. Really, really good. When you're not doing the missions aren't that great. But when you're playing, not doing the missions and just messing around, it is so much fun. I swear. I haven't completed this. I'm kind of halfway through completing it, so yeah. But yeah, yeah. Oh man, I got words to speak. That should be a quote in the quotes Hall of Fame. And then recently, just today, I got Sanity, Eternal Darkness Sanity's Requiem, my first M game I have gotten. This game, really good when I first got it. I only played an hour of it, but so far it's really good. I'm kind of stuck on one part because my HP is down to negative 40 billion. Duh. It has a small hard parts, but I heard it's actually kind of easy. The best part is, of course, the sanity stuff. I haven't gotten that yet because I'm still stuck on one of the first things in the game, aka the Roman dude. But yeah, that's different. That's a different moment. And yeah, I'm still planning to collect more GameCube games, but I kind of want to stop collecting some for now and kind of get some Switch games because my Switch library is lower than low. So yeah, this is all the games I've owned, and now let's talk about all the games that I've owned. Yeah. Now let's go with launch coordination. Luigi's Mansion launch title. Oh my god, this game is so much fun. It is my second favorite GameCube game. The game, it's better than its sequel. I know that's kind of an unpopular opinion, but I don't know, mate. Just the atmosphere is really good. Basically, Luigi's went to a mansion. He didn't even win at a contest. He lost his brother Mario, and now he has to hunt some ghosts and defeat King Boo and get that Mario back. This is also the role of EGAD's appearance, and yeah, this game is so good. I do not like the hidden mansion though. I have to defeat King Boo. I already defeated the game, but I just gotta defeat King Boo. And the Hidden Mansion. But yeah, this game is actually really cool. I really kind of like the mechanics around it, specifically Poltergust. That's a good thing. That was really cool. And the many elements you do and stuff. The puzzles are okay. The bosses are fine. The baby is kind of unsettling whenever he does that weird yelling sound. You know that. God. So yeah. And then Bogmire is kind of a fan favorite a bit because, you know, he's the only boss that's not a human ghost or a boo. So, yeah, there's that. And then there's Blossus. He's okay, but he's horrible on Hidden Mansion. I do not like Blossus on Hidden Mansion. Now, weirdly, in the PAL version, you get to actually ride a vacuum cleaner. The thing is, in the American version, you walk, which is slower, but yet you have more what is it called? Tactic or friction or something? Tactic or friction. And which in the PAL version you have you get to ride a vacuum, meaning you're faster, but you have less friction or traction. So, yeah, that's the thing. I kind of wish we were able to ride the vacuum, specifically kind of like a Hidden Mansion kind of thing. So, because, you know, everyone wants to ride a vacuum. Yeah, I also really like Bulas's music because it kind of feels like it's tensing up. Like, you're tensed up. Like, oh, I'm ready to go. This is the final boss before King Boo. I'm ready to get him. And then when you defeat them, you get all those boos and you get a chest. Also, I am the only person that didn't like the blackout level a lot because I don't know, the many ghosts that appeared were kind of annoying. And some of the portrait ghosts are cool. It's just some are a bit hard. Specifically the painter one, Van Ghost. Yeah. I also kind of like the Game Boy horror thing. That's actually kind of cool. Or you can read the bios of the ghosts or check the items. I love how the baby ghost Chauncey was born as a ghost, it was born as a ghost in order to not specifically show that he was born as he was born as a human and then died as a ghost as a baby. Specifically, infant mortality. Dodge the bullet on that one, Nintendo. If you get the reference, you're cool. So yeah, this game, it's really fun. It is my second favorite. I would recommend if you're starting to get one or if you already got a GameCube collection, this is a recommended one for me. It's a must. It's a must. You must get it. You have to get Super Smash Bros. Melee. It is one of the most competitive all-star fighting games. Game of the year. Game of the year award. Game of the year. Game of the year, guys. Game of the year material. Oh my god, you don't know how many people still play these at events. I think people were still playing these at the Nintendo store, like during the E3 or something, like after it or something. But yeah, they do lots of events with this game, and there's still millions of people that play this game. It is one of the best Smash Bros. Games I have ever played, and it's the best GameCube game ever. It is in one of my top 10. It's in my top 10 favorite games ever. So yeah, I might make a video about top 10's favorite video games of me. Yeah, this is a must. It is a bit expensive, around between $70 to $90, but at least it's not as expensive. Oh my god. Oh. Oh my god. I just got it recommended from iDubbbz TV, so yeah, this is a must. Oh, it's iDubbbz Complaints. Must be a new series. I'll check it out later. Not Fire Emblem. I'm not a big fan, but geez. And although it's teen for teens, it's for everyone. They should have placed it for everyone. Although I kind of like it more saying teen for teens because a GameCube collection must need. Woo! And then we got Super Mario Sunshine. I don't understand how this game was so controversial. I actually liked it. It is. I know it's not following Super Mario 64, but at least it was a 3D Mario game, and it tried something new. It tried a story. Nothing that Super Mario 64 did. It had many new techniques and moves. Nothing like Super Mario 64 did. It was really cool. I prefer this over Super Mario 64. It's not the best 3D Mario game. It still has its moments, specifically the secret levels and the sky levels. But yeah, otherwise it's a really good game. And it does a story right. It almost does a story right. I would recommend if you want to collect lots of GameCube games. If you're not a big fan of Mario 3D games, this is not really much a recommend then. But if you're kind of collecting stuff, this is a recommend. Woo! I honestly don't care, recommend or not. It's just the Sonic compilations, whatever. And then Eternal Darkness. I haven't completed it. It's really cool. It was critically praised, actually. It has a 92 on Metacritic. And it's really good. The sanity effects were the most remembered part. Mostly because whenever these enemies would stare at you with green eyes, your sanity would lower, the camera would start tilting, and then many of these hallucinations would happen trying to trick you. Sometimes it could be real, it could be not. That's kind of the problem. It's not too scary. It has such little jump scares, and even then the jump scares aren't too bad. And plus, this game isn't modeled too well because it was mostly supposed to be a 64 game, but yeah. Would recommend. It's M for mature, so not really for the kids, but hey. And then we got Wario World. I would kind of recommend. It's not too much looked at. It's kind of cheap online, so that's a thing. Otherwise, it's not much of a big thing. There's only 4 worlds, and it could be completed in like 7 hours. In fact, even less than 7 hours, because there's only 3 levels in each world, which is pretty short if you think about it. And then we got this. I actually had to delete the data just to play many of the other games, Simpsons Hit and Run and Eternal Darkness. I don't care about this much anymore. And it's really hard to unlock stuff. And I would recommend if you're into the golf series. I wouldn't recommend at all, though, if you're trying to start a GameCube collection. Unless if you want to get all the Nintendo games, then go ahead. I also don't like this because this and Simpsons Hit and Run have the player's choice. Near the future, I'm going to get a shelf. I'm not going to use a bucket to stack it up like this. So it's going to stick out like a sore thumb. This thing sucks. This yellow thing, why yellow to black, honestly? Scott the Laws, I got to agree with you on that one. I just don't like this. I don't like the player's choice. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to keep it because This one has the manual, and although I could cheat the manual, and it's just annoying, but I can't. I'm gonna have to keep it. I'm not gonna buy another disc just to keep my Mario game when I already have one. So another cover, not disc. So yeah, I honestly don't care about this one. And now Simpsons Hit and Run, it was the player's choice, but that's not what we're talking about. Player's choice will be talked about later. Now the player's choice, plain and simple, oh wait, Simpsons Hit and Run. Good game. Missions aside, it's really fun when you're just messing around. It's kind of like a satirical. I don't know how to pronounce it, mate. My mouth is. It's a satire. It's a satire GTA knockoff, but it's actually really good. They didn't sue them, unlike Sega with the Crazy Taxi ripoff. But yeah, this one, you could save Springfield by these weird camera things, CIA stuff, aliens, and yeah, they actually did a voice cast on this entire game, and it's actually really good. This game's good. I really like the Homer levels a lot. I'm halfway through the game. It's kind of cool. I just don't like Lisa's levels a lot, so yeah, I'm kind of slow on those. But yeah, it's really good, including the car. And the cheats are amazing on this game. When you enable cheats, you can either blow up vehicles, honk to jump, or speed up cars. It's really fun. And you know what's even funnier? You can kick down people, punch them, and there's a police meter, so you have to like kick that Simpson character like 8 times in order for the police to get you. Basically, if you kick the Simpsons character 7 times, you can basically just get away. And since nobody died, it was T. Nito. Nito Spaghetti. And then finally, we got Mario Kart Double Dash. And mine has a bonus disc, so I kind of like playing bonus games on it. Jeez, my voice is starting to crack. God. Yeah, it's even funnier. It's even funnier and fun because you get to have 2 players in one cart. One drives, the other kind of carries the items. So you can focus on driving and then just press Z whenever you want. That's the best part. And then, of course, you have the many new items like the Bowser Shell. Bowser Shell, oh my god. Baby Park with Bowser Shell went nuts. It is a bit hard to unlock stuff, including that you have to basically race in 150cc and then 250cc and then 9 billion 50cc, whatever. It's a bit hard to unlock, but I would really recommend this game. I would recommend it. Specifically the bonus disc too, because you get to play demos, and it's really fun. I haven't played it a lot because I'm not a big Mario Kart fan anymore. But yeah, it's still a really good game. Yeah. And then that's really it of all my games I own. Now there are other games: Super Mario Strikers, Legend of Zelda: Wind Waker, um, uh, Paper Mario: Thousand Year Door, stuff like that. So yeah, but yes, the GameCube was one of the worst selling consoles for Nintendo. But yeah, one of the best ones due to all the IPs. You had Pikmin, you had Pokemon, Star Fox, Mario, Luigi, Wario games, Super Smash Bros. Donkey Kong had a couple games on that with the DK Bongos. And yeah, you had some third parties. At least there was more third parties in the 64. It still was a bit of a problem, but yeah. So yeah, and there was many other IPs, lots of them. There wasn't Earthbound stuff like that. What? It wasn't Earthbound and stuff like that. Some of the. Why are you so slow? Just go. I heard she has a problem. But yeah, the GameCube is a really recommended one. Really recommended. It's really cool. You have to, if you got a Wii, you have to get a GameCube controller and get lots of GameCube games. It's really cool. So yeah. And now the next mini thing, player's choice. They did not do player's choice on this one. At least it's not like the PlayStation 2 burgundy. Burgundy is one of the worst colors. Besides for MS Paint. But yeah, I don't understand why they would choose yellow. Couldn't they have chosen gray specifically? That would have been more easier to choose over yellow, a very bright color compared to the blackness of the GameCube. So yeah, that I have a problem with the player's choice, but what's gonna stop it? It's all over. And speaking of which, the first GameCube game was Luigi's Mansion, and the last one was Twilight Princess. Specifically, if we're looking at third parties, it's Madden 08. It's got the Waz here. But yeah, the GameCube, really recommended console. I think it's one of my favorites with the Switch. So yeah, I would recommend it. Anyways, this was my GameCube review, and this episode is over. Wii's next. Yeah, the Wii's next.